All right. What up, though, everybody? It's Alex Foot from the Real Mask Off podcast. Here coming at you with fire story number 6. On this one, we had told on the podcast, Austin and I, we had talked about this. It's more of a firehouse story. It's more of a story of what went on one day. That was very different, that normally would not be the case or happen. I think, keep in mind, this story comes with a disclaimer as far as me being very young and stupid, and the other guys there too, some of the other guys being young and dumb with me. Also, this wasn't an everyday thing. The job back then, I know now, is not at all the same. Talking with other firemen in Detroit, it's changed a lot. So I'll set a little scene, just, kind of understand. It's just one of them stories. It's decades old. So hopefully, I know that there's a lot of people not even around from this story. Not necessarily something proud of. It just happened, like I said, young and taking things maybe a little too far. But like I said, decades ago, early on the job, I'm running at Engine 32 on Jefferson and Hart, and that is when I first got on the job. I don't think we really picked up, especially citywide, till after 05, when a lot of the firehouses had closed. So we are working on the 2nd of July. You work every other day. So this month we're happening to work the even number days. So I'm going to be working on the 2nd and the 4th. So come in on the 2nd of July. And back then, fireworks, jumping jacks were legal. Tanks, little snakes, anything that exploded or went into the air was deemed illegal. Bottle rockets, the M80s, firecrackers, Roman candles, all the good stuff in Michigan we would get, either out of Ohio or you knew somebody who got them. So on the 2nd of July, I'm working with some other guys, and cops show up and they say, "Hey, we have some cars filled with some fireworks that we went around and we had to raid and ticket people." And our chief said, we were across the street from the 7th precinct at the time. It's now gone. Their captain or whoever it was says, "Hey, take all that stuff across the street to the fire department and they can do whatever with it," probably assuming we'd destroy it or something. Nobody had ever done that, or we didn't get memos, or nobody had heard about that. So I was like, "Yeah, bring them here." It was in the afternoon. I think I was the only one up. Next thing you know, they bring 6 carloads filled with illegal fireworks. And I'm asking, what are we supposed to do with these fireworks? So, well, I don't know. Captain said, "Bring them over here." So I was like, "Wow, take some of these and to our house on 4th of July, or like, yeah, we don't care what you guys do with them." So they had hit different, probably party stores, Coney Islands, different spots they knew where illegal fireworks were being sold, and ticketed them up. So we get all the fireworks, and I tell them, "Hey, I don't know if you guys are working on the 4th of July, but typically, especially where I was at, it was slower in holidays. You might have an extra guy, you have a little extra money." And at that time, I think the boss came down. He knew he'd be working the 4th of July too, and he was excited to see all the fireworks. Also, the FEO would be working. with me that day too. A lot of us had the second and fourth together, working together. So they were like, "Hey, invite them back for a barbecue on the fourth. We'll have some burgers, we'll have some hot dogs, and see what, give them a little appreciation." And so we tell them, I say, "Hey, you guys are working on the 4th of July. Come by for some food and some soda pops, and we'll have a good time. Light off some of these in the backfield." 32s had a big old field butted up the train tracks back there at that time. Totally different now when you go over there now. So we divide up some of the fireworks. We all take some home. We leave a bunch there for the 4th of July. Come the 4th of July, I did probably the shopping on the 3rd, got all the food and all that. Come the 4th of July, we do have an extra person, so it's a classmate, a friend of mine. Him and myself, driver, another firefighter, and then the lieutenant. And we decide, hey, let's start going raiding firehouses. You're in a slower part, and you got a lot of time on your hands. Like I said, we weren't too busy. We didn't even have a run this whole day or night. And so we decided, hey, let's go down to Engine 38 and let's, while they're at their nap, let's throw off some M80s. We had 2-minute smoke bombs. We had thrown that into a firehouse. Went to another firehouse, I think 26s. Ran in there, bucketed them with water. Took the red line in there, started spraying everybody. Shooting Roman candles at people. So for most of the afternoon, we're having firework wars and water wars with other fire companies. We go back to our place. Kind of dies down for a little. It's getting the evening. We start just having wars with each other. Start blowing up fireworks all throughout the firehouse, inside and out. Start cooking, getting ready for our guests, Detroit's finest. They come, about 8 of them, a couple carfuls of them. And we sit back and we light off some fireworks, drink some soda pops, have some burgers, some salads, some hot dogs and things like that. Sit around a campfire. Every firehouse would have a fire pit. You set the setting. Like I said, 232s is got this little it's an old firehouse that has this little brick barn, almost tiny little thing, little horse stable looking thing. And then all behind that is all open fields, nothing around. So we're having a great time lighting off fireworks. Time's going by, and we run out of soda pops and drinks and stuff. And the cops say, "Hey, we'll go get some more drinks." And we're like, "Yeah, sure, let's go ahead, do it." And say, "All right, man, we're gonna go down to Belle Isle. We'll be right back." When they said they were getting more drinks, we thought they was going to go head up to a party store or something, some sort of store. So they head out, go to Belle Isle, come back maybe, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes later. And 5 of the 8 are rolling coolers, all different types, rolling back to the fire pits. And we commenced having some more soda pops, and when I asked them, "Hey, how do you get all these? What? I thought you guys were going to start." Like, "No, you can't have these on the on Belle Isle." So we just started confiscating them. We confiscated about 5 of them, and we brought them back. So it seemed like it was maybe a common thing. Had a bunch of training day type cops or something, but they say to us, "Hey, man, you guys have been great to us and everything. Can you give us a ride in the fire engine?" We're like, "Sure, no problem, man. We'll run you all around." They're like, "Oh, man, this is the greatest thing. We've all dreamed of riding in a fire engine." So the driver gets in there, boss gets in there, and lieutenant. I think we filled up about 6, 7 police officers in there, and myself and the other firefighter classmate of mine. We decided to think it's a good idea to go up and lay on the back of the fire engine, laying on the hose, just looking up. at the stars and the fireworks going on throughout the city. So we take off and we just drive around the city, lights and sirens, up and down Jefferson, down some side streets, let the cops blow the horn, drive around for a little bit. My classmate and I are just looking up at the stars, having a good time. Turn off the lights, sirens, cruise around for a little bit with them and stuff, and we go back to the firehouse. When we got back to the firehouse, they were stoked. They were just like, "This is amazing! Thank you guys so much for giving us a ride in the fire engine. We want to repay you. You know, we want to take you guys on a raid." And we're like, "What? Yeah, we want to take you guys on a raid." You know, I don't know how true it is, but they tell us the city owns. We're like, "What about warrants and, you know, things like that?" You know, we're dumb firemen. We don't know anything about the law. And so they're like, "Hey, man, don't worry about it. There's houses in the city that are vacant. People post up, and we don't need warrants for those. We can hit those anytime. We got local ones that we know are constantly in activity, and what are maybe dope houses, what are maybe, like, you know, little spots for the tricks, for the Johns and the ladies and stuff." So we're like, yeah, the lieutenant says, "Listen, me, this guy, and this driver, we got to stay back, but you could take the two young kids with you. You can take them out there and give them the experience." And we were like, me and my the other firefighter, like, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it." So as we're walking out of the firehouse, like I said, the 7th precinct is across the street. And I remember one of the police officers saying, "Hey, I'll be right back. Wait here. We got to go get the bitch." And I'm thinking, what is he saying? You know, I'm young, early 20s. And the bitch was the shotgun. So he had to go across the street, get to pull out a shotgun. I guess none of them had it or whatever. So they come back. And I remember us driving. Well, first of all, before we leave, they're giving us the lowdown. They're like, "Okay, I'm not sure the person's name. I made up a name before, so it's like it was like a madam's house or something, Big Mama's or something on the east side somewhere. I don't even remember the street." And they give us little bulletproof vests. We each pop one of them on. Each give us a pair of handcuffs. No guns. Gave us each, I think, a flashlight. And they gave us the rundown of how they're going to do it. They're going to, you know, couple first, 2 or 3, going to go in, kick it in. The other 2 we're going to go in. And then I think we have a couple people behind us. And they said, just, you know, remain cool, help with the flashlight, help with the lighting, light up the place. And so we're like, "Yeah, let's do it." So we got to move fast and give us, like I said, that's the whole plan, this whole little rundown, what the house is like. They've been in it before. We're going to breach the front door, clear the rooms, and we're going to go in the back. And it's got a back set of stairs, probably for our upper flat. So pull up at the house. We're all kind of quietly going up to the front, and boom, they kick in that front door. 3 or 4 of them go in there. I remember seeing a girl in the doorway. I'm not through, but looking in as me and the other firefighter are going to go in, run across butt naked, screaming, "Nah!" I remember there was an older lady there running things, and there was a couple people at the table playing some spades or something, some cards or some dominoes. I think it was cards. And so they start going through all the first floor. And I remember one of the guys tells me to come with them. One of the police said, "Follow me up the back, shine the light over my shoulder. Got to clear the upper floor." So it's just me and him. He takes me back up to the back stairs. He has his gun drawn with his little light. I have a mag light over his shoulder. And just whichever way he was turning his gun, I'm just boom, boom. He's a little shorter than me. And we clear all them rooms. By the time we get downstairs, they're already throwing shit around. There's tossing drawers, tossing mattresses. They're telling us, toss this, toss that, look for shit. And then we found a few bucks, maybe like $14 on the ground or whatever. And they grabbed one of the guys, asked us to handcuff him. He had a felony warrant, and he had a pistol on him. So yeah, they arrested him, did all the paperwork. I'm assuming went back to the station, and we dropped us back off at the firehouse. And just a crazy, crazy night from that point on. My fireman friend and I, firefighter and classmate, and we started driving around the city, throwing fireworks around. Just me and him in my car. We come back, sun's rising up. There's papers and just destruction everywhere. The firehouse is a mess. There's wrappers and explosive, the cardboard. We had so many fireworks we had shot off there, and we didn't clean anything up inside and outside. This was a chief's quarters too. He had been gone most of the night on some other runs, so he hadn't been there. But then I remember the next chief and the next boss coming in, they were pissed. The place was all torn up. We had what I said was 2-minute smoke bombs, so there was still even like a haze inside. We had thrown them inside. I think one guy tried to take a nap. We didn't want him to, so we threw fireworks in a metal trash can, smoked them out of there. It was just one of them wild and crazy times at a firehouse with too much time on your hand and being young and silly. Thankfully, hopefully nobody got hurt that day. I mean, we didn't have any runs or anything. But yeah, that type of stuff I don't think happens anymore. It was just maybe a one-off type. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story today. Check out our podcast, The Real Mask Off Podcast, with myself and my co-host, Austin Bacon Sr. Check out his motivation speakings every day, his little videos he does, and his stories that he has. And I hope you guys enjoyed this story, and hopefully you'll enjoy more stories to come. So hit all the buttons, and thank you for joining me today, man. Peace.